Well, while his restaurants are closed, one restaurateur is using his other ventures to give back. Joining us now is chef and TV personality, host of Food Network's Restaurant Impossible, is Robert Irvine. Chef, it's good to have you here. I haven't seen you since the Super Bowl, not that long ago, but it feels like years at this point.
It does. Good to see you, Scott.
How have the last few weeks been for you with your 3 restaurants?
Well, obviously, the restaurants are closed. We have Allentown closed. Vegas is completely closed. And the only kind of restaurant I have, albeit a piece, is inside the Pentagon itself. I have 4 staff taking care of the men and women that are still serving in there Monday through Friday. But like everybody else, you know, the 11 million restaurateurs and hospitality workers, we're hurting just like everybody else, trying to figure out, just like David said there, how do we get all these restaurants to get the money, not only restaurants, but every other small business, to get what they need to stay afloat through this virus.
Have you been applying for the money yourself through the loan program?
Yes, I've just applied for the payroll PPP for all of my companies to keep my employees. Right now, I'm paying the employees that are still on my payroll but are off. They can't work, but I'm paying them. I want to pay them as long as I can pay them. And if this money comes through, hopefully it will, then we can keep everybody on until we get through this bad patch and get them back to work and open restaurants again. Wonderful that you're able to do that. So you haven't laid off any of your employees in any of your restaurants? In some of them we have. We literally closed down Allentown at the moment because I can't get people there. It's a hard place to get to. So a couple of them have been laid off there. Everywhere else, we kept them on.
I mentioned a number of things that you are doing with the other brands that you have. Tell us about that.
So we have Boardroom Spirits in Lansdale, Pennsylvania, my distillery. And it's kind of interesting because we got into this distillery business a couple of years ago thinking, you know, food and drink, it goes well together. And here we are, we've stumbled our distiller, I should say, Tim, has come up with this amazing recipe, if you like, for hand sanitizer, Mister, that is we're giving away to those folks in New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania. If you drive up to the distillery, we'll give you 4 to 6 ounces as many times as you want. And we're also supplying the National Guard, the firefighters, the police officers in all of those states to make sure that we can give them and do our part. You know, our Fit Crunch, our protein bars, we've been giving to hospitals around the country. We ran this kind of special on Twitter and Facebook and said, hey, listen, nominate a healthcare worker. We got 10,000 nominations, and we're sending bars and snacks and protein puffs and powders to make sure that we can take care of them. And our foundation, the Robert Irvine Foundation, is all about first responders, firefighters, police officers, and all those kind of amazing folks. And our military, we've actually been sending with TAPS, in partnership with TAPS, $300 gift cards to our military families that are having the same problems. And that's our military, buying food and taking care of their families. So we're trying the best we can do. You know, my life is about saving restaurants. I'm just mind-boggled that when we come out of this, I want to help as many restaurants, not even about television, as many restaurants as we can to make sure they get back on track. You know, it's so sad. I mean, this is an industry that I've been in all my life, and to watch the devastation that this virus has caused, not only in restaurants, across the board. And the more we can do in my companies, the more we can do in literally any business. I'll save any business. Me, Marcus Lemonis, Tom Colicchio, and Jose Andres. I think what a dream team to go in and start making some big changes.
There you go. That would be a fearsome foursome. You do give advice for a living. What would your advice be tonight for the restaurant owner who doesn't have as many restaurants as you, who doesn't employ as many people as you, but wants to save their business and is wondering whether they can? Your advice would be what?
And it's interesting, Scott, I've actually been FaceTiming all the restaurants that I've been doing and giving advice all week for the show, funnily enough. I would say to all those small businesses out there, look at your menu, look at your cost, reduce your menu right now. Let's get through this program, put out a great product as quickly as possible, change the menu as frequently as possible to get through this. And then the hard work starts to get people back into the restaurants. You know, when we start back, we've got to look at what are the social distancing rules. You know, if a restaurant has 100 seats, are we only able to fill 50? In which case, we've got to really start thinking about the revenue, the turns, and how do we make up that lost revenue? So we've got to look at staffing, food costs, labor costs more than ever, create menus, and create small giveaways that create that loyalty. We already love our restaurants that have, I don't know, loyalty programs, and a lot of people that come because they love the chefs and the business. Well, now's the time we've got to capitalize on that. Email, social media, pictures of food, you name it, get it out there.
Chef, we appreciate your time. We wish you the best.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you. We'll see you soon.
All right, you take care. That's Chef Robert Irvine.
We will get through this together.
We certainly will.